Hi guys, in this video we're going to create a dice. I'm going to go through it really quickly, so stay with me. When you're watching the video, pause it, go do your work, and go back and watch some more. But again, I'm going to go through this quick. So the program we're using, Autodesk Inventor. You'll see this icon on your desktop. Open it up. All right, and we're going to start by going to a new part. First thing we're going to create with the new part is a cube. So we'll do a two-dimensional sketch. I'll choose this plane right here, and I'm going to use the rectangle tool to draw a rectangle. I can zoom out with my mouse. Remember, your navigation tools are over here. Dimension tool. We're going to make this a cube, so I'm going to make it real simple numbers. We'll make this 1 inch. We'll make this side 1 inch. I will finish my sketch, and I will extrude it. And a cube, make it 1 inch, 1 inch there. There's my cube. Now for each side of the dice, I want to put my circles. So I'm going to start with a two-dimensional sketch, choose a side, and I'll start with the side with one circle. So I'll use my circle tool. I'll come to close to the center and draw a circle. Now using your dimension tool, you're going to put the diameter, and you want to make these all the same. I'm just going to use 0.2, simple, for all of the circles so they're even and uniform. Now I want to measure from two sides to get it into the center. So click on the center, click on one edge, drag your dimension line up to the top so you can see it. You don't want your dimension lines on the object you're drawing. You want them off to the side. And I'm going to make this an even 5. Half of 1 inch is 0.5. I'll do the same thing, center to the top, and we'll make this 0.5. So now it's evenly placed in the middle. Finish your sketch. We're going to extrude again, except this time I am not going to extrude out. I am going to cut with this button. And we don't want to cut all the way through. We only want to cut in just a little, I think 0.02. If I zoom in, you see that. Cuts in just a little, just enough for the dice. Okay? Good. So now I'm going to show you another tool. If we use our navigation, our orbit button, I can scroll around, and on the opposite side of the 1, I normally put the 6. So two-dimensional sketch, I'm going to draw on this side, and I'm going to start by drawing a circle kind of in the corner. If you know how a dice looks, on the side with 6, you got 1, 2, 3 in a row on top and 3 in a row on the bottom. So again, we want these to be all uniform, so use your dimension tool, put the diameter, and we made it 0.2, okay? And then you want to measure from the center to the edge, and we'll make that 0.2. And from the center to the top, if you mess up, you can always press escape to get out of a command. The dimension tool, from the center to the top, drag it up to the side, we'll make that 0.2. Now that's even. Now here's a nice tool that you can use if you want to copy and paste many of the same profile, picture, shape on your drawing. I'm going to use the rectangular tool. You can also use circle. You can use copy. Rectangular is good for the side with 6. So the first thing you want to do is select the object. Then you're going to select direction 1. And you can see if I click on the top, you see the arrow pointing that direction, and you can see that I have 1 circle here. I'm telling it I need 2, but really I want 3 on the side, and you can see 1 here, you can see 2 here. I want to change the distance so they're not spaced out so far. So I think a good distance would be 0.3. The second direction, I want to choose this side, and you can see it's pointed up. To change the direction, you click on here. Now it's pointed down, and you can see the 3 circles there. I believe for this, we want 2. And the distance, I want to make it, I think, 0.6. You can always go back and change it. So, okay. It looks pretty even to me. Now all I have to do is finish my sketch, and I'm going to extrude these. So I have to select each one, and you can see how they're popping out. So again, I need to change that to cut. Now they're all cut. Okay. There, so if I orbit around, you can see that I use my dimension tool to place the circle, whether it be in the center or on the corner. And I use the rectangular tool to copy that shape and put it on there multiple times. Okay. So the next thing, you guys, obviously I don't have to demonstrate, you should be able to do the other sides. You're going to have another side with 2, a side with 5 on the opposite side of that, 5. Then you'll have 3, and you'll have 4 on the opposite side of that. But before we finish, let's round the edges. All right, we want the dice. We don't want a sharp edge on the side. But if we use the fillet button, you can see how I can select it and it makes it nice and round. We just want to change that to maybe 0.2. We've been using, no, maybe not 0.2, 0.02. And that just gives it a nice little, you can see, round edge so it's not so sharp. And all you have to do is go around and select each side. And when you're done with that, you gotta use your orbit button to go around. When you're done with that, you see you got all the sides. You just click OK, and then it rounds it for you. Last thing you want to do is we want to color these. So you can use this button, default, and you can choose color. Let's just say glossy black. Oops, I didn't select the right one. So you can always undo. You want to select exactly what you want to color. Yeah, you can even come over here. So extrusion 2 is a circle. If I select it and then I come up to the material, I can click on that and that'll change it. If I want my whole dice to be gold, let's say, I can click on that and we'll make glossy gold. Okay, obviously I have to do the fillets too. So the fillets will make you can change the color, whatever you want. We can make them green if we wanted. So there you go. That's how you do the dice. Again, we're looking for all 6 sides to be evenly spaced out using the dimension tool. And then when you guys are done, we can actually 3D print these. You can even add other features like putting your name on the side so nobody can take it from you and say it's theirs. But hope this helped. When you're done, make sure you save a picture of it. You can do a screenshot down here. We go to your snipping tool, and you can do a new snip right here. Select it. When that pops up, you're going to want to save it. Save it into your DDP folder. I would name it dice picture. And again, find your DDP folder. If I go to, yours should be in your documents. Go to, mine's actually in the desktop in DDP. And then save it there. Bam. And this is what you'll use to turn into the Google Classroom for credit. Good luck, guys. See you in class.